really didn't want to review my final build personally. I want somebody like Doug DeMuro to review this car, but who can find him? He's busy. I thought it would be very cocky of me if I said that this is the most insane, naturally aspirated Lamborghini ever built. And no, you cannot find anything more about this on AutoTrader / whatever. So just stick with me. This car has taken me over 5 years to build. Since day one that I've taken delivery from this directly from the Italian factory, I have started modding it, and the end goal was to build one of the best handling, best sounding, naturally aspirated V10s ever. It has almost been to every single continent in the world. It has been to over 15 countries around the globe, and in every country, someone has had a hand in this. From Europe to US, Canada, even my own country, Iran. The goal of this project wasn't to just build the most insane Lamborghini in the world. I wanted to build the most insane V10 car in the world. Over 300 parts have been replaced on this vehicle since the day it got delivered. We have improved on everything we could. Most parts on this car are directly from the Lamborghini factory, from the race car department. However, we thought we could even improve further on those parts. Now, for those of you who have just joined my channel's name is Stig's Persian cousin. If you know, you know. I have a very difficult Persian name, so just call me SPC. Let's start off with the rear of the car. This is, to me, one of the most insane looking rears of any car, to be honest with you. You see, Lamborghini had two versions of their Super Trofeo, original Super Trofeo race car, a V1 and a V2. The V1 was raced from 2009 all the way to 2013, and then the V2 was introduced from 2013 to 14, and then the Huracan Super Trofeo replaced it. You see, I always wanted to have the V1 front because I thought the V1 of the race car was far more elegant than the V2. I thought the V2 was just too ricey, too much going on. I didn't know if I could do that. You see, the V2, which is what you're looking at over here, is producing so much downforce that I had to make sure that the V1 would be able to balance the car in terms of aero and downforce in the front. So I had to call my friends at the Lamborghini factory, and they told me if you position that wing low enough, as long as it's not on the top 6 highest positions, it could be done. You see, that wing is adjustable in 11 different positions, and I didn't do that. I put it in the position 11 because it just looks super cool. But on the track, it has to be set at position 5 or 6 maximum. That rear wing produces so much downforce at speeds over 160 kilometers that if you actually mount it in reverse, you could technically make this car fly. You'll probably flip, but you get the idea. And it's only being held by 4 titanium screws, each weighing 1 gram. The rear of this car is a full carbon fiber construction. Every single piece you see here, from the side blades to the diffuser to the upper bumper, the wing, everything is carbon fiber. And obviously the first step was to get these painted. The top piece right here, we had to paint, obviously. And the challenge of that is race car carbon fiber is quite a bit different from the carbon fiber that car manufacturers use on their stock vehicles to sell to the general public. You see, race car carbon fiber parts are much lighter, but the downside is they don't look good. They weren't made to be bare carbon. They weren't made to be clear coated. They were made for race cars, and race cars tend to crash. So, they never thought they wanted to make the weaves look perfect like what Pagani does or Koenigsegg. It didn't matter. The whole rear diffuser, what you see over there, just to give you an idea of how light it is, it's being only held with 2 titanium bolts onto the chassis of this car. 2 bolts, that's it. It's actually not a one-piece design you might think it is. Every single fin over there is bolted onto the diffuser, again, using only 4 screws per fin. There's an opening here to get rid of the turbulence of the rear wheels. The side blades of the diffuser is so thin and light that when the car is on at idle, it will just shake like a guitar string. So you got your fog light over there, that fog light is actually so bright that you could pretty much blind anyone if they high beam you. So it actually has two purposes. You could use it in the fog, or you could use it with people having their high beams on and not being aware of it. The Chrysler exhaust that I originally had was one of the most insane sounding exhausts ever. However, that exhaust was a bit too heavy. It was at about 35 kilograms. The problem with that was because it had actually had a box, a muffler, the heat that was being produced behind the rear bumper was melting everything. And when we removed the bumper to paint them, which we've done at Integra Custom Collision in Vancouver, Hammer, the manager, and I, we did it together actually, and when we took it out, everything was melted, everything was broken because of the amount of heat that was being generated by that muffler. So the Chrysler exhaust had to go, and we're on the official Lamborghini Super Trofeo straight pipes. Each exhaust pipe, left and right, is separate. It's not a connected piece like what you get in your typical exhaust setups. It was about 1.6 kilograms on each side. So with the Chrysler being gone, we just already saved like 32 kilos in the rear of the car, which is very important because obviously the engine is on the back. The side skirts of the stock vehicle was made out of fiberglass, and it was fully flat. The race car side skirts is made out of a one-piece carbon fiber construction, and the difference is at 2/3 of the length, it goes outwards to channel the air away from the rear tires and onto that rear side blade of the diffuser. Now, I had gone over the front of this car in my first vlog, but for those of you who just joined the channel, the front bumper of this car is fully made out of carbon fiber. It's directly from the Lamborghini race car. The underbody of the front bumper is completely flat. That will cause zero turbulence under the body of the car. Those louvers are actually wind tunnel tested. They direct the air to those side skirts and finally onto those side blades of the rear diffuser. And of course, we have now a killer wrap, and the headlights are blacked out as well. I want somebody like Doug DeMiro to review this car, but who can find him? He's busy. Oh,